I'm going to cover tuning the violin to play the Vedic music or the so-called Carnatic music. To tune the violin, you would need a bass shruti to which the violin must be tuned to. In case of Western music, we name the strings as E, A, D and G. In reality, E, A, D, G are notes and they refer to specific shrutis. So that is not the right way to refer to these strings. For this lesson, we would call them the first, second, third and fourth strings. It is said, Shruti Mata Laya Pita. The Shruti is a mother and the Layam, the resonance that is produced by the instrument or even by the voice for a vocalist. When it is in perfect sync with the Shruti that is being played in the background, good music is born. Because unlike Western music, Carnatic music goes into greater depths of theories. The idea is to bring out the infinite creative potential in you. Just 72 parent ragas give rise to about 16,000 derivatives or derived ragas or child ragas. And the very basic foundation to get into this creativity lies on the resonance with the Shruti. The Shruti that is being played now is called 3 in Carnatic music circles. And for your reference, if you are using an electronic Shruti box, that would be named as E. Sa, sa, this Sa is the Sa of the middle scale or the middle octave, which is typically the second string from your right. So when you hold the violin in this position, the second string is Sa and the first string is a Pa on the higher scale, the middle scale. So Sa and Pa in the middle scale, the second and first strings. Then you have this very same Sa and Pa in the lower scale. The fourth string would represent Sa, the third will represent Pa in the lower scale. The second would represent Sa again and the first would represent Pa again in the middle scale. And on the higher scale, we would be basically playing on the first string, above Sa. So how do we begin tuning the violin? Initially we use the pegs at the top to get the tune approximately matching the Shruti that is being played. Once you achieve this, we use the fine adjusters to get the perfect Shruti that we want. Please note that most of the student violins, they are not professionally made. So what happens is, when you tune using these pegs, as you tune one string, the string might be passing over the peg of another string. So if after tuning the first string, if you go on to the second string and start tuning with the peg, you might be disturbing the tune on the first string as well. So I would say that is kind of a repetitive process until you get nearly close tunes or shruti to most of the strings. Once that is achieved, now we would use a bow and use the fine registers and bring the violin to perfect laya. Laya means resonance with the shruti that is being played in the background. Now, at least some of you might have come across digital tuners. So if you just bow a string, the tuner would instantly show the frequency or the tune or the tone. I would say for beginners it might work, but the correct way to tune is to experience the layam, the resonance, as you tune each string. We always start with the second string, which is the sa in the middle scale. This is known as the Adhara Shadjam. You can see that they don't match. So now I have made the second string to play sa, matching the sa that is being played by the shruti box. The second step is to tune the first string for pa. Right now this is not tuned correctly. During this process, never try to play the first string alone and try to get at the pitch. Play them together, or both these two strings together, and bring the tune or the sounds produced by both the strings into a unique resonance. This will take some time, so never be discouraged. You may not be able to get it at the first time. Now we go to the third string. Third string is the pa swara, the lower scale, but we would play the second and third strings together. So I am using the fine register on the third string to bring it up to the shruti. And once I get the unique resonance, I stop. That means now I have the perfect shruti. And finally, the fourth string. We would play now the fourth and third string together. So now the violin is tuned. So please remember, first you would tune the strings approximately with the help of the pegs at the top. Then you would start with the second string and make it match the sa swara in the middle scale. For this purpose you may use the shruti box. You can also use a pitch pipe. You can also download an MP3 version of this shruti from my website that would run for about an hour. So once the sa is tuned on the second string, never touch that string again. Never try to adjust it again while tuning other strings. That is going to be the guiding factor to tune other strings. So the second string first, then the first string, but you would be bowing on both the first and second strings together while adjusting the first string. Then the third string, finally the fourth string. So now your violin has the perfect laya or the resonance with the Shruti that is being played. If you do it few times, then it's going to be easier for you